Hi there. Today I will be comparing and reviewing two of HIFIMAN's mid to top tier headphones, the HIFIMAN Edition XS and the HIFIMAN Ananda Stealth. So both of these are planar magnetic open back headphones with stealth magnet technology. Let's start with the unboxing. They both ship in a pretty standard cardboard box. There's nothing to write home about it, but one interesting aspect is they both ship with this kind of foam insert in the box, which you can take it out. It has a plastic base, and this you can use as your headphone stands. So that's pretty neat. Of course, they both came with their own headphone stand. I've just placed one here just to demo it. Coming to some quick introduction to planar magnetic and stealth magnets. In planar magnetic headphones, you will have two magnets, and between those magnets there is a very thin diaphragm suspended, and there are electrical wires within these diaphragm. The sound waves are converted to electrical waves is passed through these diaphragm. It kind of creates electromagnetic effect, and it interacts between both the magnets, and it vibrates and it pushes air as part of that vibration and creates sound. Stealth magnet, which both of these boast, is just something proprietary to HIFIMAN. The claim is stealth magnets offer less resistance to sound waves passing through them, and thereby reducing distortion, and of course it's supposed to improve the sound quality. So let's talk about the pricing of both of these headphones. So today is 24th of December 2024, and as of today both of these headphones are on sale right from the HIFIMAN's website, and I bought the Edition XS for about $240 and Ananda Stealth at about $280. I first ordered the Edition XS, and a day later I realized Ananda Stealth is kind of an upgrade, and it was in the similar price point I was looking at, under $300, so I ordered these as well. So let's talk about build and comfort. So as you can see, both of these are very similar, right from the size of the ear cups. Both have this kind of artificial leather with kind of a fabric finish over here, and they are very the ear pad itself is very comfortable. Talking about the comfort, as you can see, the Edition XS does not have a suspension headband like the Ananda Stealth does. So when you're wearing these headphones, the entire weight of the headphones is concentrated here, at least when I use it. So you can feel the weight at a single point. But these have very less clamping force, as you can see here. So the clamp force is pretty low, but you can feel the weight over here. They're fairly comfortable, but when you compare it with them, the weight is evenly distributed, and it has a better clamp, as you can see. But some might feel the clamp is a little tight, but that can be adjusted. You can place it overnight or with some books in between, and you can reduce the clamping force. In terms of the comfort, I personally prefer the Stealth only because of the headband. And also the Edition XS has this swivel. The Ananda Stealth don't, but I did not miss it. That swivel feature, I didn't miss it personally. This is the cable it ships with. This is pretty decent, and definitely not like very high quality. This has a rubber finish to it. There are definitely no microphonics, and they're kind of tangle free. They're okay. I mean, I'll probably upgrade in a few months, but they kind of get the job done. Okay, before I dive deep into the sound of both of these headphones, let me talk about my setup. I tested both of these headphones with MacBook M1 with a Fosi Q4 DAC amp combo. The Fosi Q4 is definitely not top of the line DAC amp combo, but I've been using it with my current HIFIMAN XS and gets the job done. And the good news is it was able to drive both of these headphones comfortably. The interesting part was this required a little less power than these, but yeah, I was able to drive both of these headphones comfortably. The good thing about Fosi is it has bass and treble adjustments, which I personally like. In the near future, I might upgrade to topping amp, but currently I'm happy with my Fosi Q4. But and another thing is both of these headphones react really well to EQ changes right from your DAC, or even from like if you have an equalizer software on your machine or your source device, they do respond well. Okay, let's talk about sound. And my personal preference when it comes to sound is I'm okay with a slightly warmer sound signature. I personally prefer headphones which has a great imaging and soundstage. In terms of imaging, sometimes when I'm listening to my favorite tracks, I like to follow a particular musical instrument, let's say bass guitar, right from the start of the song till the end, and that's how I enjoy my music, by focusing on certain instruments. So that kind of imaging and placing individual instruments is important to me. So I was evaluating both of these from that angle, and of course the overall sound quality, the fun aspect, and how easily you can listen to it over longer sessions. So the interesting part is I first ordered the Edition XS, and a day later I realized Ananda Stealth was also on sale, and then I ordered them. So these arrived first, and I was able to test this first, at least for the first 24 hours. And this was definitely a significant upgrade over the 5XX. And what I noticed on day one was the vocals were more forward, front and center in these headphones. I personally enjoyed it, and given the size of these headphones, both of them, given the size of their ear cups, they actually generate a huge box of sound, if you will, around your ears, and the height and the width is noticeable. In terms of instruments and bass, this is more of a fun headphone. So initially on day one, I was trying to listen to some tracks with good bass, and I felt these had a very good slam to it, and the dynamics were pretty good. And the soundstage was not really wide, but I was able to place individual instruments, right? Okay, and on day two, I received the Ananda Stealth. Like they say, comparison is the thief of joy. But when I started comparing these two, the first difference I noticed was the Ananda Stealth. It balanced vocals and instruments equally. The vocals were not as pushed forward as these, but as and when I started listening to both of these, then I realized that this is more balanced in terms of the entire sound signature. And here the instruments were not shining as much. It's always relativity between the two. If you had only this, you would still be happy with it, but since I'm comparing, I'm just sharing the differences. So, and also some of the micro dynamics were better in this. For example, you could hear the musicians, when they move their fingers on the guitar strings, I could hear that, and a lot of micro details in the recording. And even if there were some inaccuracies in the recording, it would shine through these. So, but overall, they both are really good, but this shines better, in terms of placing the instruments and imaging and overall resolution. But in terms of soundstage, I would say both are pretty similar. They're not like super wide, but because of just their sheer size, you get a big box of sound around your head. But I wouldn't say the soundstage is super wide or something. It's decent, but where they both shine is imaging. Another aspect I noticed initially was these were more sibilant when compared to Edition XS. The high frequencies were a little more sibilant, and like the cymbals, it would shine through it. I would say a little sharp, but I got used to it in no time. And if you have a software equalizer, you can definitely adjust that, but it's slightly more sibilant. And if you're super sensitive to sibilance, maybe the Edition XS is a better choice. And one last difference between the two, which I noticed, was the texture of bass on the Ananda Stealth was better. I don't know if texture is the right word, but when you're listening to a bass guitar or any other sub bass, the fidelity of the actual musical instrument, or the texture, if you will, was much better and more enjoyable on this. And again, it's relativity. The verdict, right? It's pretty simple, especially given the current price they're selling at. If you're watching this in December 2024, they both are on sale and they're in the similar price band, and the choice is pretty simple. You can go for the Ananda Stealth, right? The reasons are very clear. The headband design is much better, it's more comfortable. The clamp is slightly stronger, but that can be fixed as per your preference. And also, generally, the overall imaging and resolution, these are better. I would say these are 20 to 30% better than the Edition XS. But let's say you're buying these headphones and there is a price difference of about $200 between the two, then you could go for Edition XS and be happy with it. Yeah, but if they're both in the same price range, the choice is pretty simple. But these are definitely good headphones, and for me personally, it is a big upgrade over my current setup of HIFIMAN 5XX. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe. I'll probably post a review of some of the other headphones and earbuds I have, so please do subscribe. And in the near future, I will be comparing the Ananda Stealth with the Meze 105 AER. So I think that will be an interesting comparison. So I look forward to doing it and sharing with you. So please subscribe, and thanks for watching.